Jalen Pitre from Baylor.
Jalen Pitre. And you said they should take him with the second round pick. Very
I would.
definitive. Tell me about him and why he's the one.
I would love him at 61. I mean, he's silky smooth in coverage. He plays up and close to the line. He's very much like Tart in the way that he's flexible in what he can do. But for the people who have problems and issues with Tart, he actually turns the ball over quite a bit. He's a playmaker. He has 18 and a half tackles for loss. So he's a guy that's flying around. He's a baller, man. Jalen Pitre he's a plug and play guy, and he would start over Hufanga immediately. Like not even like a second thought. He's better than Hufanga in coverage right now, and he hasn't taken a snap in the NFL.
I'm sold. Now, the thing about it is, again, I'm looking at CBS. This is probably all going to be really outdated in like a week, but currently they have him at 34. Put no stock into that. But, I mean, they must like him too. It's not necessarily a given he'll be there at 61, or what are you hearing?
I mean, I think he'll be around at 61. It just depends. Okay. Everything's changing right now, and it's fluid, right? And now you have to remember all of these people that are here looking for quarterbacks, whether in free agency or in the draft, that's going to change the way things move. So, we had a chance to talk with the Denver general manager. He was first. And we asked him, what are you guys going to do? What's the plan at quarterback? And he says, we're going to be aggressive in free agency and in the draft. So they didn't really give anything away, but that's one of the teams that they're going to be looking to replace somebody. Cleveland got asked questions. We asked the Washington people, Pittsburgh. So there's all these teams right now where you don't know what's going to happen with them. And if they do identify a guy, then they move up to get him, or they stand with somebody in free agency. So a lot of that has to do with where guys are going to go and how this draft order is going to shake out. Right now, doing mocks right now are fun. They're fun exercises, but we have no idea. And that's why you keep doing mocks week after week, is because the circumstances change.
Yeah, it's like moving targets. You kind of have an idea who you want, but each player's stock fluctuates in a weird way. It's like he hasn't played any games, but all of a sudden the stock is up because he ran a 40. Or it's down because his hands are small. Ayo, Kenny Pickett. That's rough. I just want to say, though, that my hands are legitimately like sub 8. Like, I have the littlest hands of all time. So I'm not going to talk about Kenny Pickett, but that must have been a rough day. He probably saw it coming, too. Like, this is going to suck.
Well, he didn't get measured at the Senior Bowl, and he did that for a good reason, right? Like, he didn't want the discussion. They were calling it hand gate like the entire time that we were there. But it's funny.
Kenny, I feel your pain. I'm like 7.25.
It's funny because Joe Burrow had a tweet that said, apparently I'm never going to be able to play football because the ball's just going to be sliding out of my hand. And look, he made the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I think that's a little bit – I mean, it's a concern. And then when people are like –
you wonder why he wears those gloves, right? Boom.
Right. Yeah. And then they're like, how's he going to throw the ball in cold weather? He played a Pitt. Should be all right.
Good point.
Should be all right. Yeah.
Yeah, should be all right. Hey, he gives me if he plays quarterback in the NFL, I'm going to give it a shot. I think that's the only thing holding me back.
Grant, I think that right now, I don't think there's many things that you can't accomplish at this point. And I'm gonna go walk up on Rappaport right now and go like hear about him real quick. Yeah, like I'm be like, hey man, what are you hearing about Jimmy Garoppolo?